Nearly 5 months after a Legionnaire's outbreak was linked to a North Carolina fair, health officials are releasing a final report on their investigation. 7 News reporter Scotty Kay joins us now from our Spartanburg studios after hearing the findings. So, Scotty, what's coming next?
Well, Ben, 135 cases of Legionnaires were reported by people who went to the North Carolina Mountain State Fair back in September. 96 of those people were hospitalized and 4 of them died. Now health officials are taking steps to hopefully prevent something like this from happening again.
Our sympathies are with the families and with the people who were affected by this.
The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services spent 4 months investigating the Legionnaire's outbreak and released their findings Thursday. Based on the observations they made last year, the outbreak was most likely tied to aerosolized water from a hot tub display.
People who entered the building where the hot tubs were on display and people who actually walked by the hot tubs were far more likely to become sick than people who did not.
The fair lasted 10 days, and the investigation showed that people who attended the fair near the end of those 10 days were more likely to have contracted the disease than those who came near the beginning. The hot tubs were not drained and refilled, possibly giving the Legionella bacteria time to grow.
Reminder of the importance of appropriate care and maintenance of hot tubs and other equipment that can aerosolize water, particularly in this type of setting where potentially large numbers of people can be exposed.
Dr. Zach Moore says these kinds of guidelines are now going to be shared with any and everyone who needs to hear them.
We will be looking forward to ways that we can proactively support vendors and support event planners in our community to ensure that that guidance is well known.
2 hot tub vendors were present at the fair. Those vendors were Soft Fun LLC and All Pro Billiards and Spas. The attorneys representing around 50 victims sent us the following statement. Quote, "We are disappointed that the state of North Carolina has failed to acknowledge its role as a probable source of tainted water to the hot tubs. But health experts say they feel confident in their findings."
There's been no indication of any kinds of increase in cases in other people who use that same water supply.
Although it's a very tragic event, there's been a lot of awareness and a lot of lessons that have been learned.
Now, as of right now, there won't be any penalties for the hot tub vendors. Of course, we'll have more information about the state's guidelines for hot tub displays on our website, WSPA.com. In studio, Scotty Kay, 7 News.